with my memory. All right, so we're recording now. It is now, yes, it is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Carlos, how are you doing? Andre, what is up? Marcus, Jonathan, I think I said hi to you already. If I didn't, what's up? Willie, how are you doing? All right. I know people are going to be hopping in here as we go. But today, for your viewing pleasure, we're going to be working on building something that is so important and a skill that I know for a fact that you guys probably are not practicing, right? And we're going to have a little fun with this thing. I'm going to need the participation of everybody in the group, because this one thing will allow you and will help you get into deals that other wholesalers have tried to get into and they couldn't. Caleb, when I say this thing, he's going to understand this. Caleb is out there moving weight, and I'm not talking about drugs. He's talking about real estate. Yes, sir. This really well. What we're going to be talking about. Oops. You guys hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me? You guys got me? Thumbs up, somebody?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. For whatever reason, my AirPod died on me. So what we're going to be talking about is the art of building rapport. Okay? How are we going to build rapport? First of all, everybody knows sometimes I'm from Jersey, right? So sometimes I mess it up and I say report. It's not report, it's rapport. Okay? We're going to build rapport.
It, brother.
We build rapport. Actually, let me put everybody on mute here because I think I forgot to do that. So we're going to build rapport and get that out of the way. And one of the ways that we're going to do this is an exercise. I call it the 3-minute rule. Okay. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick an individual to act as the wholesaler, and one individual is going to act as the potential seller of the home. And my rule is that you have to, for 3 minutes straight, you have to talk about something else besides the house. You can talk about the house in the beginning, but as soon as we start rolling, you got 3 minutes of building rapport. 3 minutes, 3 solid minutes of you doing nothing else besides talking about something that you can latch on. Okay? Anything that you can latch on to, whether or not, I know right now we're on a Zoom. You might be face to face with someone. Obviously that makes it a lot easier. But if you're on a phone call and you can't see the person and you can't see the background, you just kind of have to use some of your other senses and just try to find something to latch on to talk to them about, so you can build some sort of bond between you and that seller. All right. So 3 minutes. Okay. So this is super, super important because when you build this bond with someone, they might not want to sell right away, right? But I found that people that don't want to sell right away, they'll remember the conversation that we've had, and they'll reach back out to me when they're ready to sell. All right. They'll reach back out and say, hey, I remember you talked to me, and remember my dog was barking in the background, and you told me that you had a dog, and you probably won't even remember the person, but you'll remember that conversation, and it'll trigger something, but they remember it, which is the most important thing. And that's how you can get back into that deal. Okay. There'll be times where another wholesaler might offer a little bit more, but because they didn't build that rapport, they don't get the deal. Okay. So building this rapport is something that you want to do when you try to start your, when you're doing this cold calling. Okay. We use this a lot when we get to, if everybody can put themselves on mute, I put everybody on mute, but if you by accident take yourself off mute, just put yourself back on mute, please. And if you hear the outside noise, I am outside. That might be me as well. I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was saying. Dang, I'm getting old. We're gonna go ahead and get into this thing.
You were saying we often use this in probably a stage with those.
Yes. So when we get to, thank you so much. So we get to the point where we ask them, hey, your property on Main Street, what are you looking to do with that? When you get into that portion of the script and you're listening intently for their pain points, you want to be able to find something to latch on and utilize whatever they say, whether or not you hear a dog in the background, whether or not you hear kids, whether or not you hear where I'm at, the ambient noise in the background, where you hear cars driving around. You need to find something to your advantage to latch on so you can make yourself memorable, okay? So this is a kind of like a practice session where we're going to start going through this. We're not going to have time to go through everybody, but I think even just listening to it and listening to the critiques that we're going to do afterwards is going to help you become better negotiators. We're not just trying to learn how to be a wholesaler. You know, the course is there for that, right? And if we have questions, we can definitely answer those questions here. But we also want to learn just how to be better businessmen and better businesswomen, right? Better negotiators as a whole, okay? And so one of the things we're going to work on is this. So I'm not going to go in any particular order, so I'm just going to pick random people. Matter of fact, Caleb, are you making phone calls, man? Can you get it? I see you over there intently. I know you're a veteran.
What's going on, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right, man. I appreciate you. Let me see. I'm gonna pick Kat. Catherine, can you unmute yourself? Kat, you there? No. Oh, she's still at work. Okay. Andre, I see you. You're not at work anymore, even though you're in your beauty room. All right. Andre, you take yourself off mute for me.
Roger that.
Cool. Spoken like a true military man. All right.
All day.
I hear you. All right. So Caleb, I want you to be the wholesaler, Caleb. All right.
All right.
Andre, you are the potential seller. Okay. I'm gonna put on a timer here for 3 minutes. Your whole goal, Caleb, is to that's the calculator. Your whole goal is to try to talk to him about something else. Now, once you go, I don't mind you going into who you are, and you're a real estate investor, blah, 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 right? But once you find something, I'm going to hit the timer, and I'm going to put it on the clock so you can actually see it. So you're going to be able to see the clock here. And we're going to go for 3 minutes of you practicing. Now, guys, even though you're not doing this right now, take notes, take mental notes on how to do this. And then when we critique it, think about other ways that maybe we could have gotten to the same conversation, okay? All right. Ready and fight.
Hey, Andre, how's it going today?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. The reason for my call is actually just calling about your property, 123 Main Street. Just kind of curious if, you might be open to offer to sell it.
How'd you get my number?
Yeah. I mean, I just happened to look you up on tax records, Fulton County, and just saw your name was up there, and looked on Yellow Pages, and that's how I got your number. But other than that, but yeah, I just was calling about your property. You ever thought about selling it?
Actually, I have, man. Got these tenants in there right now, and they're kind of getting on my nerves.
Oh yeah, I understand how that can be. I mean, how long have you owned the property?
I want to say probably about 15 years.
15 years. Okay. I mean, so you lived in this area all that amount of time?
Oh, nah, I'm military, so I mean, I just going from place to place. I was there for the first 5 to 6 years. It's been rented ever since.
Okay. Well, yeah, I definitely understand how, being in the military and having rental property, how that can kind of stress you out a little bit. But I mean, where are you stationed right now?
Right now, I'm in Maryland.
Maryland? Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, my parents was actually in the military. I was actually in the military myself, so I definitely appreciate your service and everything that you do for our country. Say again?
What branch?
Yeah, I was in the Navy. So what branch are you in?
I'm Air Force.
Air Force? Okay, that's awesome.
I don't like the water like that, so.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, my parents, they all was in the Army, but I actually went to the Navy. You plan on being in the military for life, doing 20 years and retiring, or?
And I'm already at 20, man. I'm just at the gravy point right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess you plan on staying in the DC area, or after you retire, or what?
Nah, man, it's too expensive, man. Trying to go to Carolina or something.
Okay. Well, with your rental property, which I assume is here, and I'm calling in here from Atlanta. I mean, you just, plan to liquidate it and just kind of cash out some of these properties you have.
All right, go ahead. Let's pause. So you see how long 3 minutes can be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minute and 26 seconds, right? Minute and 26 seconds. So before we open it up, you guys did awesome, first of all. Man, this
I
is
appreciate it.
Thank you.
killing me, fam. Whew. So one technique that Caleb hit on, is, where are you from, right? That's an easy one to get into, right? Now he started talking and he volunteered the military. Someone offer up a suggestion on where we could have went. How could we took that a little bit longer? Mike, you got your hand up?
Yeah. When he mentioned that he wanted to go to South Carolina, I believe he said South Carolina, if I'm correct. Carolina. Yeah. So I would have asked him more about like, okay, are you planning on taking family there? And then that would open up the opportunity to be able to, or do you have family there? Then I would open up opportunity to kind of get to know about his family. And then seeing exactly was he more so going to be looking to do rental down there, or kind of what was he going to do? Was this his retirement point, or was he going to be stationed there if he wanted to keep more so in the military, or if he wanted to open up another field, which I would have done. We were talking about family because that would have lasted another minute or so, and then I would open up another conversation with that.
Cool. That was a good point. Anybody else have anything else? Or I give my little take on it?
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, so what he also could have did was
That's
figure out he has a property for sale right now. So you would want to get like, what would it take for you to be comfortable when you move to North Carolina? Because you do have that property, just to get a feel on, how much you were going to offer for the house if you were going to put it on offer and stuff like that.
So that would move right into, at this point, and I don't know what part you came in. So we're trying to get to this 3 minute rule where we talk about nothing but we talk about anything else besides the property, but that would be a really nice segue into going back into the property section. So right now we're trying to build as much rapport as possible.
Okay.
When you guys, but thank you, I appreciate it though. So when you guys are, when you can watch someone speak right in front of you, right? And they can deliver the same message, but another person can stand in front of you and say that message, but through story, and it's a lot more memorable, okay? So Caleb, you said that you were in the Navy, right? You obviously both of you guys have that bond there about military, right? And we all have, if anybody's in the military, the Navy and the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, we always have jokes on each other, right? And we always tell stories. So one way that you probably could have ate up like a good minute 20 seconds is just reliving a story and making yourself more memorable, right? So man, there was this one time, let me just show you here when we put on this timer. Let me show you how easy this is on telling a story, okay? Andre, you there? You can take yourself off mute.
Yeah.
Hey, Andre, man, so you've been in the Air Force. How long were you in the Air Force again?
Man, I'm at 20 right now, man.
20 years, man. I definitely didn't do that long. I could tell you that much. I did Army first and then the Coast Guard. And, man, I remember one time in the Coast Guard, we had about a 100-day deployment. It was a 100-day deployment to Guantanamo Bay. And some of the craziest stuff I've never seen. So like the water down there in Cuba was just phenomenal. Have you ever visited anywhere down there?
Nah, not that particular spot, no.
Man, I remember one time they have this river called Shark River. And I don't know why, it was stupid of me, but I actually swam up the river. But the water's so clear that I was able to I saw like a shark. It was probably maybe about 20, 30 feet away from me. scared the mess out of me, man. Like, it was one of the craziest things, but that was probably one of the most memorable things besides the the landmines blowing off because, you know, people were or not people, but animals were stepping on them. But it's probably one of the craziest things that I saw there. What's one of the, you got to tell me a story. What's the most like memorable thing or craziest thing you've seen in the Air Force? I know you, with 20 years, you got to have some stories.
Man, I ain't got nothing like that. I don't swim with sharks, man. I go to nice places, man.
Air Force, man, y'all always getting like the 4-star, 5-star hotels. You ain't got no story. You ever been overseas and to Afghanistan, Iraq, anything like that?
Closest I've been in Kuwait.
Oh, okay.
I was there for like 6 months. I stayed at the Hilton Resort on the beach. Wasn't bad. Man,
I'm really hating on y'all right now. I got to be honest with you. But 6 months though, I definitely appreciate. That must have been tough on the family. You got kids?
Oh, back then I was single, so I was good then. Now, yeah, it might be a different story.
Oh, okay. Well, how many kids you have?
Right now I got 3.
I'm sorry, what?
3.
3? All boys, all girls?
No, I got 2 girls, 1 boy.
That's beautiful, man. 2 girls, 1 boy. I got the same exact thing. I got 2 girls. One's 17. Have you got any teenagers yet, man? Please tell me you
got an adult.
Huh?
I have an adult.
Oh, so you got it. You already threw
it. Oh yeah.
You got to give me some pointers, bro. Because my oldest daughter, she's killing me right now. Like, you got to give me some pointers. Well, what's the best thing you can advise me when it comes to raising a teenage daughter?
Teenage daughter, have a gun.
Say that. Have a gun.
Have a gun.
Okay. Practice with it.
Always visible. I mean, when she has friends around, make sure you're present at the school so everybody can see you. Just make sure your presence is known as a father. That's like one of the best things you could do. Yeah, man, that's super important, man. That's super important, man. And I understand, especially in today's culture, man, and with the music and the videos, it's definitely important to do that, man. And so I'm hoping, man, that after today's conversation, me and you could provide each other some value where we both can be more present in our kids' lives and you know, provide value to each other. So that property on Main Street, man, I know I don't want to take up too much of your time. I could stay here and chat with you all day, probably learn a lot from you. But that property on Main Street, man, what's going on with that? What are you looking to do with that? All right, so you guys see we're at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? All right, just by telling stories, right? So I went into a story, and then I kind of forced them into a story. Stories take up some more time, but now they're pouring themselves out to you, right? So now we feel like we're bonding here, right? I got a story. I found something, a common bond. Maybe you guys were never in the military. Do you know somebody who was in the military? Did that person ever tell you a story? Right? Was your family family member in the military? There's so many different ways we can go. And you find out the person has kids, whether or not you have kids or not. You probably have a nephew or a niece, right? Find a story to relate to. All right. Thank you, Andre. Appreciate it, Caleb. All right. The storyteller himself, Mr. David Shantz. Mr. David Shantz. Oh, I almost dropped my earbuds.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I know you. I don't know what part you came in on, but we are practicing building rapport. And so the exercise that we're doing is you're able to start off telling people that you're a real estate investor because that's how the conversation would start. But once I hear anything that's not related to real estate, you have to talk about something and build rapport for 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes straight, just like I just kind of did with Andre. All right. So you're going to be a wholesaler, Mr. Sleepless Nights, and Ramona, come on down.
Can I log in from my computer real quick?
Can you what?
Can I go next? I need to log in from my computer because I'm on my phone right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead and do that. All right. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's get somebody else. Let me see. I don't see you, but I see your name, Risha. Risha, are you there? Can you come off mute? Risha? Now you disappeared. I don't know where Risha went. People popping. Oh, there you go. Dave, you back on? You back on your computer? I see you on both screens, which is kind of weird. You're in 2 different places.
That's how I do. I'm everywhere.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready.
All right. So anytime something said not about real estate, I just got to talk for 3 minutes.
Yeah. So you basically you're gonna start off, real estate. Hey, I'm a local real estate investor. And they're the same script that we always use, right? And property on Main Street. What are you looking to do with that, right? And then you're gonna try to latch on to something that you can build rapport with. But once you stop talking about that, once you get to that 123 Main Street, what are you looking to do with that? And she gives you anything else, that's when the timer starts, and you got 3 minutes to build rapport with her.
Okay, gotcha. Let's do it.
All right, hold on me. So they ain't saying nothing but a word. Let me reset the clock. Clock is set at 0. Ramona, David, fight.
Oh, so it's both of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Which one's the?
You're the investor. And Ramona is the homeowner.
Okay. Can I do the ring sound? Can I do that?
Bring, bring.
There you go, Ramona.
Good evening, Ramona. How are you?
Yes. How can I help you?
Oh, I'm amazing. My name is David. I'm a local real estate investor. I see you have the property on 123 Main Street. Okay, it's a beautiful property. You probably get other phone calls, but I just want to know what you plan on doing with your home.
Well, actually, how'd you get my number? Because I'm just curious. Because I'm on that do not call list. So.
Yeah, all this stuff is public information. I was riding by and I really just saw the home. I said, "Wow, this would be an amazing home that I like to, invest in or find something for somebody else." But yeah, all this stuff is public record. So I apologize. Okay. Is it okay? Did I catch your time?
It's all right. I'm just going through a hard time right now. That house is actually owned by my mom, and she's in a nursing home right now. So I'm really not. We need to sell it, but I don't really know what to do. Wow. It's vacant. I just don't know what to do.
Wow, how's your mom doing though?
Well, it's end of life, so it's just one of those things.
I can definitely.
I try not to look at you.
Okay, I can definitely relate to it. My father was in hospice twice.
Twice? How did that happen?
Well, he was in hospice, then he started doing better. His family came around and started doing better. But he lived in Philadelphia and I live in Atlanta. So he went back home by himself. And I think it was less of a physical condition, more of an emotional thing. He's just in this, he was in a bad emotional place. And he wound up in hospice again. And he got out twice. And then the second time he went home, one of my father's friends found him.
Sorry. So sorry to hear that. Probably loneliness. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel for you in terms of, I know how it is to really just be in that position, not even losing somebody close to you, but being in the position where you don't know what's going to happen. You kind of don't know how to feel,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so what are some of the issues that you may have that you're dealing with?
Well, I imagine she's probably going to pass soon. But when she does, it's probably it's going to go to probate because she has a will and all of that stuff. But I just, I don't know if I want to just list it with a realtor or if I just want to get rid of it. I just don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot to consider, and I know I just called you at a really rough time, and honestly, if I knew this was the issue because it's really close to heart for me, I probably wouldn't have called you. But I think everything happens for a reason.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I think maybe you're right. Everything does happen for a reason. And I need to start thinking about this rather than sticking my head in the ground and thinking it'll go away. So.
Right. Well, you probably, there's going to be a million things you have to think about, but I feel like we kind of share the same story, and I want to help you through it. Whether we do business together or not, maybe I can lead you in the right direction, or at least give you some advice. Because I've been doing this for the last 10 years, and I've helped a lot of people get out of this situation where they can focus on their family and what they're going to do after this, and not have to worry about money and houses and cars and things.
Right.
It's tough.
Have you dealt with this kind of situation with other homeowners?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because it's
Okay.
a lot to consider. It's a lot to consider. But it's always best to just get somebody who understands this transition to kind of help you through it. You know what I mean? I just want to help. Whatever we do together, not for my own gain or anything like that. Obviously, I'm an entrepreneur, but I just want to help get you through this however I can. And I give you the best.
All right. Good. So that was right at 3 minutes. And that one was pretty tough because she kept on leading you into the house, back into the house. Like she started that at like minute, 1:45 or something like that. She kept on going back. But the longer you hold off on doing that, up to a certain point, right? Eventually you have to get to the where you're calling, especially if she's leading you into it. But if you can hold off on that, you're going to gain a better, they're going to gain her trust more. You're going to get a better sense of what's really going on, because she said some things in the beginning, but then she also, because you kept talking, she also told you that she had a probate, had a will, right? That didn't come out in the beginning. That's only because you went for that second, let me just kind of bond a little more. So you did really, really good. Really good with doing it, because that was definitely a tough one. Anybody have any critiques on that? We're all family here. We're all trying to get better. Anybody have any critiques on that? Anything that could have done better? Maybe not better, but maybe differently.
I definitely would have been asking a lot more questions for her end to get her to talk a lot more, just so she could start to feel like, okay, he's here to listen to me. Even though like I really liked how Dave did it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think Ramona was kind of ready to start talking about the house. She said, I think it's about time that we figure something out and look at moving. So he had to kind of like pull back a little bit, but I can hear what you're saying. Anybody else? I appreciate it too, Michael. Thank you. Anybody else got anything? All right, cool. Let's get some of the ladies. Let's get some of the ladies to be the wholesalers. Let me see. I'm trying to see names here. Let's get Jasmine. Jasmine, can you take yourself off mute? Jasmine, you there? Jasmine, come in, Jasmine. No? Nakia, are you there? Nakia. Oh,
I'm here.
okay, I was about to say, I know everybody just ain't come on the call and they're watching reruns of Power or something. And Assad, can you come off mute, or are you working, brother? Assad, are you there?
Hey, I'm here, Tommy.
All right, cool. All right. So, Nakia, you are our wholesaler, and Assad, you are our seller, or potential seller. And you guys already know the rules. You guys came in at the, so you know what we're doing, right?
Right. I'm supposed to talk more so about like the building rapport than the house, right?
You're supposed to, yep. So just like you would normally make a phone call, who you are, property on the street, what are you looking to do with that? And then at that point, you're listening for anything that you could possibly latch on to build rapport with for 3 minutes. And the clock will be, as soon as you start to talk about something else besides you being a real estate investor in the house. Okay?
Okay.
Right. You got it? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. Ready? Right.
Hi, Assad. This is Nakia.
All right, go ahead.
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think maybe that's what it is.
Oh. Hi, Assad. This is Nakia. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I'm sorry. Who is this? Nakia, you said?
Yeah. Yes, my name is Nakia. I'm a local real estate investor, and I just happened to drive by your house, and I wanted to know if you were interested in selling.
I never thought about it, but you never know. I mean, it's not in the best shape, but there are some financial hurdles in it. I wouldn't be opposed to thinking about it. I just never thought about it before, to be honest.
Yeah, I know it's kind of like on the spot, just a call out of the blue to ask. So I
didn't even put it on MLS or anything. How'd you get my contact?
Well, they have public records to tax records, and since I just drove by your house, I actually just looked up your address and figured I'll give it a shot and give you a call.
Oh, okay. I mean, you never know. I just never thought about it before, to be honest with you.
Well, were you looking to, or if you think about it now, were you looking to move anywhere else, or are you local to the area, or?
I mean, I'm local to the area. If I do move, it'll be, within 30 minutes from where I am now, within that radius, for work reasons, etc.
Okay, so you work close by right now?
I actually have a good 1 hour drive. That's why if I do move, it'd have to be somewhat closer to downtown, if anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll be a headache. I know I have road rage myself, so I understand. I couldn't drive the hour to work. I would have to move too, so I
Sometimes 1.5, right? It all depends on traffic.
True. Then it just makes your road rage even worse. So you get a little cursing words in there, I've done that a couple times. I wanted to ask, other than the selling, I know I just called and you said you may be thinking about selling. Other than your job, is there anything else, that would prompt you to think about selling? I know you said the financial issues, if you're okay, I know I just called. If you're okay, would you mind telling me a little bit about that?
It's just the title just got transferred to me. And before this, my parents were running it and they didn't pay on a bunch of mortgage. They didn't pay certain tax liens off, and I'm magically stuck with it.
Okay.
It's in a good area. It's got good sale value, but at the same time, there's no maintenance. You got mold, you got all types of renovation issues that have to be handled. So
Gotcha.
I'm all over the place with it financially. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I can understand that, did your parents move to another area or did they just unfortunately pass? I'm sorry, it's my dog.
No, they just handed me the title. They're like, we're old, we can't do much. It's all you. Good luck. Ready, set, go. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. Let's see. I need help, Tommy. I can't. It's a long time to keep it for 3 minutes.
All right.
My parents are alive. I didn't know what to come up with, but I wanted to be challenging. So here we are.
So you asked them something that I think Caleb said. He said, "Where are you from?" What information did you get from that?
That he was from the area.
Okay, what does that mean? You mean talking about Georgia or Assad? Are you talking about? You say you're from the area. Are you saying in general Georgia, or are you talking the Atlanta area?
Let's say I'm in the Powder Springs, Acworth area.
Powder Springs, man. I've never actually been to Powder Springs. I've heard that it's really nice up there, but I've never been there. How long you been living there?
Almost 10 years.
Wow. I'm assuming with 10 years, it must be a pretty amazing place to stay.
It's boring. It's kind of outgrown at this point. There's not much going on. It's just close to Cobb County, and it's one heck of a drive to downtown.
Yeah. That commute, that hour-long commute you were talking about, is probably pretty crazy. I know. I used to live in Boston, and I used to live in Brockton, but I used to work in Boston. And that commute from Brockton to Boston, if I could do it straight, it would only take me about 45 minutes. But, oh, my goodness, man. So if I missed that time to get on the road by about 30 minutes, oh, man, it was a wrap. I'd probably be in traffic for about 2 hours. Is that pretty much the same thing from Powder Springs to Atlanta?
It can. It's random, but yeah, it can.
All right. So, Nikhil, you can kind of see, basically, you just got to find something to think to. And this is why we're doing it. So we're not nitpicking, right? But this is why we're doing this because it's easy. It's easier once you learn how to do it. Once you practice this. But I know none of us on the call here, right, are getting together with other people and practicing this, right? So this is the only place that you're probably doing this at, okay? But I tell you, if you're able to do this, you're going to be able to build that rapport with someone, and things you're seeing already. Assad is giving you gold, right? He's telling you things that you should be writing down about this property while he's just rambling on talking, right? His parents aren't dead, right? And honestly, if I were you, I would, and anybody else on the call, right? I don't know why I still have my phone up. I wouldn't assume that, or I wouldn't ask that, right?
Okay.
So, so there's ways to get to that without asking it directly. So he says, you know, my parents gave me, oh, that's awesome, man. You know, your parents gave you a property. Oh, when's the last time your parents were there at the property with you? Oh, you know, unfortunately, my parents passed away, you know, about 4 years ago. Oh man, I'm so sorry. So now you can see you're getting to the same thing, because we want to. My parents gave me the property. That's obviously that's what you're thinking is, okay, they must have probably passed away, but they might not have, right?
Right.
But we don't want to ask them that. We don't want to ask them, hey, did your parents die, right? We want to say, oh, you know, that's pretty cool. You know, that your parents gave you a property. How, you know, when's the last time you and your parents were there at the property together? Just a different way of getting to the same exact question or answer, right?
Got it. Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate your participation, though. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tommy.
No problem. Anybody else? I'm going to leave it up to y'all. Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to be brave enough to volunteer? Volunteer. See, this is where everybody okay. Jalen, what's up? All right. And I see Stanley's hand. Okay. All right. Okay. We got a couple, right? You got me out here. I forgot I'm in Starbucks. All right. So I saw Jalen's hand and Stanley's hand first, and then we're going to go to Sean and I believe Mike. All right. So
am I the wholesaler or am I the seller?
I saw your hand first, so I'm going to leave it up to you. What you want to do?
Honestly, I'd be more comfortable being like the wholesaler since, like, you know, I don't have never had a house.
All right, so you're more comfortable being the wholesaler. All right, Stanley.
Okay.
You're the homeowner.
All right.
Ready? And hold on. I'm sorry. Let me get my timer right. Money is always on my mind. I keep going to the calculator every single time. So, all right, here we go. All right, we're at 0. Remember, the timer doesn't start. It doesn't start when you start talking. The timer doesn't start until you start talking about something else besides real estate. Then you start to build that rapport. All right, ready? And fight.
How you doing, Stanley?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yes, sir. This is Jalen Foster, and just to get it out the way, I'm a local real estate investor, and I was calling about your property at 123 Main Street. Do you have some time to talk? Mr. Stanley?
Well,
that's what I get when I wholesale.
Apparently you did a horrible job building a rapport because he hung up on you. No, I'm just playing. Stanley, you there? We can't hear Stanley. So, I don't know. Jasmine, we'll get you after this because we have actually since Stanley hopped off. Jasmine, can you take yourself off mute? I just saw your message there. Jasmine, you there? Jasmine, I saw you say, "Can you go next?" Let me try to unmute you myself. Oh, there we go. Now we got. All right.
Hey,
Good. Everybody else, if you can, please put yourself on mute. Check this. Just double check real quick. Make sure you're on mute. All right. So Jalen, go ahead and start back over. Jasmine, you are the seller. Are you in a good place to talk, Jasmine?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So just keep in mind.
I'm the seller.
Yeah, you're the seller. You're the homeowner. Jalen's the wholesaler, and just keep in mind, it's a little bit of a delay. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Jalen, you are on. Go.
Hello, Ms. Jasmine. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. You?
I'm doing all right. Doing really great. I was calling to clarify some things, just to get out of the way. I'm a local real estate investor, and I'm a local real estate investor, and you know, I invest my money in houses. And I was calling actually to clarify some things about the property at 123 Main Street. Did you have some time to talk?
Yeah, I got about 3 minutes.
About 3 minutes. Okay, great. squeeze it in. So are you looking to sell this property? Are you interested in selling it?
I'm not really for sure. Let's first see what you got, what you're talking about, and let's go from there.
Well, I'm sorry. Hold on, I messed up.
No, you can't stop. You in it now. We're gonna force it out of you. Come on, keep going. Fight through it.
Yeah, let's see what I'm talking about. Is there? I mean, are you the owner of the property?
Yeah,
The
I
property
am.
in your name?
And you said Main Street, right?
123 Main Street.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Are you looking to do anything with it? Like,
Well, we've had that property for about it's kind of somewhat in the family, and I could say kind of somewhat because actually it was married into my family. So we had that property for a while right now. I'm not really for sure what I'm looking to do with it. I just it's there, but I do know I probably do need to make some moves in the next couple of months.
okay. Have you had anybody call you that was interested in the house such as I, or has it just been sitting there?
No, I have not received a phone call. You're the first one.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
So is that your current residence? Are you currently living there?
No, sir, I'm not.
No. So where are you living as of right now?
I am currently located in Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama. Oh, really? So how long have you been out of the residence at 123 Main Street and living in Montgomery?
It was actually left to me by my auntie, and it's been it's been there vacated for the last 5 years.
That's 5 years. Are you originally from Montgomery, Alabama?
I am. Where you from?
Say that again?
I said, yeah, I am. Where are you from?
Well, me, I'm from Illinois, from Belleville, Illinois, a little town in southern Illinois.
Illinois in the house.
Yeah. So Montgomery, Alabama. What are there a lot of things to do down there? Like what's some things to do down there in Montgomery, Alabama?
Man, it is nothing. It's nothing at all.
Really?
Nothing. But we do Alabama in regards to football. A huge football fanatic.
Really? And then Montgomery, that's not the capital of Alabama, is it?
It is.
It is, really.
Yeah, it is.
And there's nothing to do in the capital of Alabama?
No.
Really?
No. Nope. Nothing at all. But to go to football games. Are you a football fan?
Is it a rural area or is it like, a lot of activity? Is it a city? A lot of houses and everything like that, or is it, more rural or something?
It's an off-brand city, if that makes sense, right? Right. So it's like nothing to do at all. I mean, you have a few things. You get bored real quick.
Really?
From here, mostly go to Atlanta to have fun, or a place like Birmingham.
So, would it be nothing to do there? What made you decide to move?
Well, I'm from here. I like peace. I like my peace and quietness. So.
I feel you. That's the same thing.
Yeah, so it's home for me.
Yeah.
I don't care too much for the city.
Yeah, it's sounds like where I'm from, down here in Belleville. There's not really much to do. Really peaceful and quiet. So,
no game, no sports, no nothing. Really?
So what?
I said no sports, no nothing. Really?
Yeah, there's sports and everything like that. And we're like 30 minutes away from St. Louis, so it has its ups and its downs, but for the most part, it's pretty chill. But there's a lot of sports going on in here.
St. Louis, so y'all more of a baseball person.
Oh, St. Louis. Oh yeah, they they go crazy about baseball. Since the Cardinals are down there.
Yeah.
So whenever baseball season comes in, it's always a lot of activity going on down there.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I hate baseball. I'm not really a baseball fan.
So what are you a fan of? What's your favorite sport?
Football.
Football?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite team, college-wise?
College or NFL?
College. It's going to be Alabama.
Yeah, so Alabama. Roll Tide. Ain't no other team to think about.
I'm not sure. Who won the title or the championship?
Hey, would you be for Illinois? I wouldn't bring it up. As though
Yeah,
you
we're
wanted
not
it.
that good at
As
football.
though you had no involvement in it.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, I'm really not. I really don't follow the sports as far as college. Down here in Illinois, I'm more of a an NBA person, a professional
Okay.
sports person.
NBA. So what's your favorite team?
My favorite team, I go wherever LeBron goes. The Lakers. You feel me?
That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
Wherever LeBron goes, that's where I'm at.
we in there together. So how long you been? So are you just a recent LeBron fan, or you been there since St. Mary? How long have you been there?
Nah, I've been a LeBron fan since what, '09? I had to say '09, '08, '09. So yeah, wherever he goes, that's wherever I'm at.
Okay. I got you.
Roll into the.
What about you?
Get back to the house.
But yeah, 123 Main Street. Are there any problems or any hurdles or anything of the such with it, or?
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Man, she was giving you like alley oops. She was giving you layups. She was assisting you, bro. She helped you out a lot, fam. So, bro, like, who here, if you are a sports fan, who could talk about sports for like the next 30 minutes, right? As soon as someone brings up their, first of all, ain't nothing in Alabama except for their football team, their college team, right? It's almost a dumb question to ask, like, who's your favorite team, right? So, as soon as you hear that, that's the first thing I'm thinking, right? The first thing I'm thinking about, Roll Tide. Like, oh, she got to be a Alabama fan, right? But if she wasn't, you're talking about sports, right? That's an easy way. You hear? I don't know if did you pick up that she started laughing, like she said something and she like giggled a little bit. Like guys, when you guys hear that stuff, you're winning. Okay, you can make somebody laugh. You're starting to turn that corner. Okay, you need to keep that thing going. So whatever caused that, you need to go back into that, right? Okay, so sports. Let's think about this, like, sports, kids, dogs. Probably sports comes before the kids and the dogs, right? Family, marriage, death, graduations, purchasing new cars, purchasing a new home, right? Kids going off to college, restaurants, food, like those things that people love to talk about. All those things. You hear anything that's like that, those are things to latch in on. If y'all don't mind, I'll try what do you say, Jasmine? The investor role. Okay, we'll get you on next one because I already promised Sean and Michael, I believe it was, and then I'll get you on the next one to be on the investor role. Jasmine trying to work, but see, I called you, Jasmine. See, I called you and you wasn't there. I don't know what happened. That's what happens when you got that Boost Mobile. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing. I love you. All right. Sean and Michael. All right.
I'll do the homework.
What's that? Michael, you said what?
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, fam.
No, go.
With your chest.
No, I was gonna let him be the investor. Then I'll be the homeowner. Or if he want me to be the investor, then that's fine. But
nah, fam, you
whatever's clever.
You stepped into that role, so you're the investor. All right. You guys already know the rules. We got you, and then one more, and then we open up for Q&A. And let's go. 3, 2, 1, fight.
Wait. Who am I talking to again? I didn't.
You're talking to Sean. Sean.
Hey, is this Sean?
Hey, yeah, how you doing, man?
Hey, Sean, this is Michael. I am a local real estate investor, and I pass your property 1-2 Main Street. That's your property, correct?
123 Main Street. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, sir. So I drove by your property and was just checking out to see what's your plan as far as your properties is concerned.
I don't know. Right now, I have a couple of things in mind. I haven't made up my mind yet, though.
Okay, for sure. So what are those couple of things that you're thinking about doing?
Thinking about maybe rehabbing it myself, or maybe just selling it and starting over. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Okay, so is it any challenges to to why you haven't made up your mind as far as your decision? Anything that's
No,
stopping you? Work, family?
I would say family, because I plan on moving in 2 years, so I don't know if I want to keep it or not.
Oh, definitely. Where you live? Where you live right now? Where you think you're going to move?
Right now I live in Charleston, South Carolina, but I'll be
Charleston,
moving to Atlanta in probably about 2 years.
Oh, good. Charleston, Carolina. I've never been. What
It's
is it like
beautiful. You
down
need to
there?
come. Oh, I got palm trees in front of my house. It was 80 degrees.
Definitely, man. I'm from Chicago, so I know the exact opposite. I'm from negative 80 degrees. What's your You said it's good weather, so as far as your food is concerned, is it, Chicago? We got great hot dogs. We're famous for pizza. So what's the famous food down there?
Just by the way, New York pizza better than Chicago pizza.
Oh, please don't. Let's do not go into that one, man. Please, don't do that.
No, but here in Charleston is like the home of the geechee. So you got a lot of geechee food, and then you kind of mix with the southern foods. So you got some really, it's a really good, it's a real good place to get fat at.
Man, so explain that to me, geechee. I'm not really familiar with that.
It's an island thing,
It's an island.
So they don't really talk with southern accents out here. They talk what they call geechee, is like kind of like an island. Yeah.
Okay. And then you mentioned something else. You said southern food. You talking about like greens, turkey. What?
Yeah, you go get salmon and grits, shrimp and grits, tilapia and grits on top of macaroni and cheese, and collard greens. Yeah, I haven't ate at a restaurant I didn't like down here yet.
Man. So what's your favorite?
My favorite, I would say, is, I don't even like grits, but the salmon and grits is rocking.
Salmon and grits, man. I'm telling you, gotta try. If you guys talking about that, you gotta come try hot dogs, man, or pizza. Because
I've been in Chicago a couple of times. New York we still got you, buddy.
Man. So when you came to Chicago, where did you go? You went to Navy Pier? Did you go to the?
I did the Navy Pier on Christmas Day one time.
Oh, Christmas, definitely.
Yeah. I actually went to a Bulls game.
Oh, snap!
Yeah. What's that? Garrett's popcorn down.
Garrett's popcorn, man. That is amazing. You mentioned the Bulls game. What team were they playing?
They actually played the Nets, my favorite team.
Oh, the Nets is your favorite team. That's crazy. My favorite team is actually the Bulls, of course, because I root for my hometown. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a Jordan fan. I'm a Jordan fan. I
okay,
Jordan,
I respect. I'm definitely glad that you. So between LeBron and Jordan, who do you think is better?
Jordan, no doubt.
Jordan, no doubt. Yeah, I agree. But I would honestly, I'll put KD in the mix too, and add KD in there, and just let that be what it is.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. So down there, what is again? You mentioned that you were looking to move. Exactly when were you looking to move into Atlanta?
Probably about 2 years when I retired from the Air Force.
2 years from Air Force, man. Air Force. How's that going for you? I know my cousin, he's going into Air Force, and I'm kind of nervous. I grew up in spent about a year in San Diego, so that's a spot to where a lot of Air Force, a lot of Navy, Army was there. How's that going? What suggestions would you suggest that I should give to him?
Pick any job where you fly.
Definitely. Okay.
Great.
Okay. And how many years have you been in the Air Force?
19.
19. Man, I know that you got some type of story. I know that you got some type of thing that I also can, just other than flying, give them some other techniques as far as what to do.
I can tell him I've in the flying jobs. I've been to 69 countries.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so tell him if he really want to come see the world, start flying, and then
okay,
he'll enjoy it.
Definitely, man. So when you move out to Atlanta, again on the property 123 Main Street, as far as you said that you had a couple of different concerns. I want to hold up your time any much longer. And definitely
perfect. Okay, good job. I think I think we're getting better at this as we go. That was awesome. I'm telling you, man, food, sports, that's it. LeBron and Jordan debate, that's a 30-minute, like easy 30-minute conversation. Easy, right? I would have took that. I'm like, listen, I personally believe it's LeBron, but if he would have said Jordan, guess who it is now? Jordan, right? And the way I would have segued into that, I was like, man, I know both of us think that Jordan is the best in the world, man. And since we both understand what a winner looks like, I'm quite sure we'll be able to sit down and talk about this house and figure out what a winning win-win situation looks like. That property on Main Street, man, I really want to make this the Michael Jordan of real estate deals.
Yeah.
How can we work this thing? Right?
That is
so just taking bits and pieces of conversations and then marrying them together to make everything flow, right? People are like, man, I just like this guy. I don't know why I like him. He's a Jordan fan. I'm a Jordan fan. He likes Chicago pizza.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, right? So, all right. So we're gonna do one more, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. Jasmine, I know she wants to be the investor. Anybody want to volunteer to be the homeowner? And one other thing that I wanted to bring up. It happened towards the last one with Jalen and Jasmine, and then towards this one. You got maybe, I don't know if you guys can see the view where it has a whole bunch of grid, like the grid view. But I'm watching some of your faces, the people that I can see. And when they're smiling, a lot of you guys are smiling. When they're nodding their head and kind of like an agreement, a lot of you guys are doing the same exact thing, okay? It's not even, you're probably not even doing it, consciously. It's just all subconscious. You're into this conversation and you're listening to them and you're hearing the laughter. And you got some of you guys I see on your face. Some of y'all look like y'all thugs. Yeah. I got the cool face. But so the rest of y'all, man, that are listening, some of you guys,
straight.
some of you guys, I'm scared. If you guys pull up, I'd be a little nervous. But no, but some of you are actually engaging in the conversation just by listening to it, right? And that's the emotion that we want to evoke while we're on the phone with someone, right? This is just basic stuff that we want to get better at communicating with, right? So, Jasmine, anybody else want to volunteer to be the homeowner? All right, Herbert, my man, you got it. You on it, fam. So, Jasmine, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh man, you're getting switched over. Okay.
Now, can I throw curveballs?
Man, go ahead, brother. Because you know what? Curveballs are gonna happen. All right.
All right.
I had a baby take his diaper off and put crap on top of him. Right? It's gonna happen. You just gotta work with that. Like, all right. Cool.
Okay.
All right. And let me get this timer going. 3, 2, 1, and fight.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Is Herbert available? Doing pretty good. Is Herbert available?
This is he. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Herbert. My name is Jasmine Underwood. Herbert, I'm a real estate investor. I have some questions regarding your property. Please.
Didn't hear you. You were breaking up. What'd you say again?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Remember that Verizon commercial?
Yeah.
Great.
I remember.
Hey, so I was saying I'm a real estate investor, and I was calling about your property on 123 Main Street. Please, Herbert, tell me you got a few minutes to speak with me.
I got a couple minutes.
Oh, sounds great. Sounds great. So as I was saying, I'm a real estate investor, right? And I was interested in that property. Are you looking to sell?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to really think about it much. In the midst of moving out of state, me and my wife, we decided to divorce. So, the house is kind of up in the air. We don't know who's going to take it. So I just figured I'd just go ahead and move.
Gotcha. I'm sorry to hear that. Those things are unfortunate. Okay. So I understand you said you and your wife are divorced. Well, I have a question in regards to a personal question now, Herbert. Have you all decided how what you gonna do with the house? Are you gonna sell it together? Gonna give it to her?
You know, I don't really much less want to speak to her. I know we just have to do this house thing, and we have to go through the court to see who does what. But you know, if it feels up to me, I'll be willing to sell it. You know, too many things happen in there. I will just let it go. I'm moving anyway, so.
All right. Well, I understand it's a down situation, but on the other end, you said that you were moving. There's always light on the end of the tunnel. So where are you moving?
I'm moving out to the Bay Area with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, just decided to head back home and, you know.
Gotcha. So you're from the Bay?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And in regards to the Bay Area, well, let me ask you this, Herbert. So you moved to Atlanta, Georgia, how long ago?
Well, we came out for school and met each other in college. And, you know, when we got married and had the kids, we were pretty much hanging tough. You know, after about 6 years in, we just, you know, knew we got married way too young. So we were hanging in there for the kids. And, you know, once or two pretty much got up in age and, you know, on their own, we just decided to, you know, it's better to part ways. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing of all, though. I heard you said you got kids. We got a boy and a girl?
Yeah, I got a boy. He's still in Georgia, and young girl. She moved down to Florida, so you know they're pretty good on their own now.
Okay,
you know.
So we have college students speaking.
Well, one's in college. The other one, I don't know what they're doing. You know, so you know.
Herbert, the greatest thing about that is you have older kids. You don't sound too happy. I have 3 young little girls. Do you know what it's
Oh wow.
3 little girls?
Well, I can probably imagine. You know.
Would you like to trade? Let me get those older kids and you get these 3 little girls.
Well, I kind of like to be on my own now, so everything's
I got you.
Yeah.
Peace is important. So, Herbert, like I was telling you in the beginning, I am a real estate investor. I would love to sit down with you early and actually talk some things through to understand you have your situation going on in regards to divorce, which is unfortunate. But I know you want to get all this rolling. So my next question that I have for you is, if you could go ahead and get some things going in regards to like selling it, how soon are you looking to do that?
Well, you know, I should be leaving here in a couple of months, and you know, I know my wife is there. She's probably going to be there for the next month, trying to figure out what she's going to do. But
okay.
You know, probably the next 2 months. You know, I haven't really, again, given it much thought. You know, given the situation. So.
Feel about? I know you said this is something that you want to go ahead and do and get on with your life because you move back to the Bay. How do you feel about me speaking with your wife and see can I get everybody on one accord? Because I know you said you don't want to have that conversation. I would love to have.
We're at we here. We definitely are less than 3 minutes. So I like where you were going, but we want to try to get that for
the wife situation, huh?
What's that? What'd you say?
It's the wife situation, huh?
Yeah.
You went back to the house. Situation.
You went back to the house. So we want to try to build that rapport. Like this, and guys, get this. This is what we're doing right here. Is 3 minutes is a long time, as you guys can see, right? So my point to this is that if you can do this for 3 minutes, you can build some really, really good rapport. If the person just constantly is going back to the house, okay? All right, obviously they want to go back to the house. Right? We're not going to force them to talk about something they don't want to talk about, okay? But I really want you guys to try to push for as long as possible to get to that 3 minutes. So I'm just going to...
Yeah. It's like, how do you deal with delicate situations like that? Like a divorce, knowing that you cold calling, so you don't know what situation you want to roll up on, you know?
Yeah. So what did we talk about before? Anybody can answer that question? Well, what's one of the things that I say that I love using that really builds rapport and really gets the person to know who you are?
Sports and food.
Sports and food, but we don't. We just went through a divorce. So,
I got some hot dogs here, though.
He probably eating ramen noodles right now. So you might not want to use that one. But listen, guys, any situation. I'm gonna talk about something that I can see. There's a gas station across the street from me, right? So man, I don't know. It's hard. It's I'm working right now at the gas station. Oh man, I had a friend of mine that worked at a gas station, right? And he came to the gym. I used to own a gym. I don't know if I told you that before I got to this business. I owned the gym, and he used to work at a gas station. And he used to say how difficult it was. And in Jersey, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you know this, but in Jersey, you don't pump your own gas. Did you know that, Herbert? Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you literally stay in the car, and they come pump your own gas. And I remember seeing they used to have like this wad of money. Like, and I remember as a little kid, I used to think that people that work
selling
at
drugs.
were sold drugs. No, I used to think that they were rich, man, because they had this large wad of money. Do they still do that? You see it, just like literally anything. Just think about someone in your life that could relate to that. If it's a restaurant, if it's like they're working at Starbucks, if it's, this person's talking about a pickup truck, the guy across the street from me is wearing khaki pants. Like literally anything you can think about, a story to relate to that, to evoke some more and bring out some more information and feeling, right? Because that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to swap stories, right?
Okay.
So I know he gave you a rough one with the divorce. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Well, not really, right? Because here's the simple facts of it, right? And I can attest to it. 50% of Americans go through divorce. So I guarantee you, everybody on this call probably knows somebody who has been through a divorce. Either you know someone who has, or has been through one. And if you know someone, you probably have heard a story about it, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
relate to it. Okay. You also, I can't tell if that was you or if there was somebody else on mute, but it sounds like you had kids in the background. Is that right, Herbert?
Yep.
Okay. So
all day.
All day. So Jasmine, hearing that in the background, and maybe you didn't use that because maybe you just thought somebody else was, took yourself off mute. But hearing that in the background, what's that?
I said, yeah, that confused me because he said they had older kids and he was done with them pretty much. I said, dang, I can't use that.
Like Herbert, either you lying or you have some kids.
Man, I was trying to create a scenario. I don't know if you want me to use my real kids. I do have a boy and a girl, so I kept it 50-50.
Cool. So any one of those things you could use. I would have jumped on the kids thing. Like, man, I know divorce is rough. It's like, it's almost like death, right? When it comes to it. But the beautiful thing out of that came two beautiful children. I'm assuming that you're loving them and you're being the best possible parent for them in this trying time. What are their ages again? Right? We just go off into a whole different conversation. Right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take a mental note of that, and I'm saying, okay, kids, that is a great reason to sell a house. So I'm going to take a mental note of that. It's okay. I'm going to figure out some creative way to get the kids into the wraparound to get me back into while we're talking about the property. So Herbert, man, like those two kids, I know they're grown and out of the house, but I know one of the greatest things that my parents were able to do to me is to help me financially by helping me through college, and they helped my sister purchase a car. And I don't know if your kids are looking for anything like that or need anything like that, but hopefully if me and you can have a win-win situation with this house, maybe we can put a couple extra dollars in your pocket. Maybe you could take them out. They probably don't want to go to Disney World anymore, but maybe you can drive them or something like that. What do you think about that?
Yep. See, there you go. That's nice.
We're just going to take anything that the person uses. I don't care what he uses. I could figure out anything he throws at me. I could figure out a way to get back into it. All right. So
nice.
We just pull this information out of it, and we just have to do these things. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not some sales genius or anything like that. Literally stuff that we did hours. Somebody sat in the seat and just okay. But once you do it enough, it just becomes second nature.
Right. And this is good because one of the real estate classes that I went through, they tell you to keep it short, no longer than 4 minutes. So when I just got on this call, I'm seeing that you shooting the breeze for 3 minutes. I'm like, oh man, that's a violation. But I can see how it can work,
Yeah, because this is a very, very good.
Good night.
I'm gonna put you on mute so everybody can hear. So that's a very, very good point. So when we're doing as a real estate agent, right, and I'm a realtor, right, they want me to sell their house. right? Like they're already coming to me. They're seeing me as an authority figure, and they're seeking my help. Okay. In this particular case, it's completely different. They don't know you from Adam or Eve, right? They don't know you from nothing. So without you building some type of rapport with them, you're very, very forgettable, right? What's that song by Beyonce? Still irreplaceable. You think irreplaceable? Whatever, right? You're irreplaceable, right? No, you're replaceable. That's the song. So they don't know anything about you. So you need to build this rapport so that you can be memorable and that they feel like there's a bond there with you. That makes sense? All right. Hopefully it does. Does this help anybody today? Being able to do this and see this, hear this over and over again a couple of times? Okay.
Definitely.
Cool. So anybody can teach you the formula, right? To figure out the ARV, the ARV, and then how much you should be offering. Anybody could help you, estimate repairs. Anybody could teach you. How you doing? Anybody could teach you, how to use list source. Okay, those are all things that anybody can do. But this stuff right here, guys, listen to me. This stuff right here makes you that 2, 3, 4% better than everybody else. Okay, but we're gonna add this, and we're gonna add in how to elicit responses that we want, right? How to mimic people, how to match their pace of talk if they're talking really fast or if they're talking really slow. All these things help you get 1, 2, 4, 3, 7% better. Next thing you know, you look back at it and you're closing 10% more deals. Well, what does 10% more of your deals closed look like on you over an annual basis, right? If I can close 10% more than what I'm already doing, that's probably an extra $40,000, $50,000 that's going right into my pocket, right? So we don't have to get 100% better. That's going to happen over time, right? But if we can just worry about getting 2% better today, and then we add that into our toolkit, and then next week we work on something else that gets us 3% better, and the following week you get 1% better. Over time, we just get a whole lot better, right? So we're going to go ahead and open up for Q&A. I'm already at an hour and 15 minutes, and the temperature has drastically dropped. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got a deal that's going on right now that they want some questions on or answers on? Anybody?
I have a question.
All right, who's that? I don't see who you are.
Jonathan.
John, what's going on? Jonathan?
So how do you determine what a fair price is for your fee for finding houses? I've come across some people that I could probably offer around 15 to 20 grand. But I don't know how they would react if I were to try to throw a $5,000 fee onto, the price of the house when I go sell it.
Are you talking about with the seller or with the buyer?
Well, I'm more worried about what the sellers, how they would feel about the.
Perfect. So John, you're gonna role play with me, brother. You are now the seller. I am the wholesaler, okay? And I am going to let you know that I'm wholesaling your house, okay?
Okay.
So, all right. So you said $15,000 is what you're offering them, Jonathan?
Yes.
All right, cool, perfect. Hey, Jonathan, listen, I love this property, number one. I think this is a very good property for our portfolio. I think it's something that hopefully after we talk here, you're going to see that this is going to be a situation where we both come out ahead. Obviously we're an investor, so, we want to make a profit. And with our investment strategies, we really have about 3 different ways that we can run this thing. And so I'm gonna go through them real quick. If you don't mind, is that okay with you?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So Jonathan, number one is we could get this property. We could sink, I'm probably estimating about $55,000, $60,000 worth of work into it. And then we're going to just go ahead and flip it and put it on the open market and hope for the best, right? Option number 2 is for me to do a lighter rehab and possibly do a rental. I just got to check the rental rates. And then option number 3 is sometimes I'll partner with another investor and we'll come into this property together. Now, here's the best thing about this thing, Jonathan. This is the one thing I actually kind of like about this, that option the best. When a real estate agent sells your property, they typically take, 6%. It doesn't have to be, but sometimes around 6% of that $15,000 that we talked about. So that's less money going into your pocket. here's what I like about this is because I'm so good at what I do. Jonathan, I have other investors that honestly call me up and want me to find properties for them. The best part about it is that they pay me. So whether or not that $15,000 comes from my pocket or from their pocket, you're still getting the money because they're going to pay me for helping them find a property. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just get good at what you do, and then let the buyer kind of determine your value, or you determine your value, but you sell that to the buyer, not to the seller. So
Are we out of role? Are you asking me this question or are you role playing here?
No. Are we still role playing?
I thought I was. I was in it, man. I was in front of the house. So yes, but to answer your question is yes. So you want to, guys, listen to me. Do not try to hide that you're wholesaling this, but you're not going to say the word wholesale. Okay. Not because I'm ashamed of being a wholesaler. That's not the reason. Is that some people have screwed up the name of wholesaling, right? They have messed it up, and so they've left like a bad stain on the word. And sometimes people have had a bad experience with it. So as soon as you say wholesaler, they're like, oh no, I don't want to deal with that. You're just going to lowball me. You're just going to do this, and this, and then you gotta fight through that. But I'm letting them know what wholesaling is and telling them, listen, sometimes, what I'll do is I'll pass this off to another investor. And the best thing is that they're going to pay me a fee on top of the $15,000 that you get. So you're going to get your $15,000 regardless. And I don't think you care whether or not the $15,000 comes from my pocket or someone else's pocket, right? Do you, Jonathan?
No.
Of course you don't care. You just want your money, right? So don't worry. If you approach it that way, you're not ever going to have to worry about that. You got it?
Makes sense.
Perfect. All right.
So I got a question real quick.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just more so just going over those three things. You talked about giving 3 options and then more so enforcing the last and giving value on the last option, but making the first 2 kind of seem like it's not going to be as successful, I guess you can say, in a sense, as the last one, and that the last one is kind of like pushing them to the last one? Or
it's just letting them know that we have multiple options, right? Yeah. Because some people are going to be like, like matter of fact, I literally just had this happen this morning with a homeowner, where the homeowner said on the contract, we sent the contract, and she sent back the email and said that I don't want you to wholesale the property, right? So we did that. I called her up. And I told her, I was like, well, hold on. Her name is Miss Price. I said, hold on, Miss Price. I just want to be 100% clear with you that, I'm not buying your property. I'm going to find a buyer. I've been paid by buyers to go find other properties. And if she wants $144,000. So if it matters whether or not the $144,000 comes from my pocket or someone else's pocket, I'm gonna let you know it's definitely coming from someone else's pocket, but that $144,000 is going from their account to yours. Is that a problem with you have a problem with that, or is that okay? Okay. And she's like, well, no, I don't care, as long as I get the money, right? So she heard the word wholesale, and she's a real estate attorney. I found out that she's a real estate attorney, right? So that whole wholesaling thing, once I put it like that, she didn't care. Okay. So I'm just trying to let them know I have 3 options. Now, maybe if you don't have 3 options, I never encourage you guys to lie, right? If you can't flip it, then just tell them that you're wholesaling it, right? Let them know, but don't tell them in a way that I'm showing you. Don't tell them that don't say the word wholesaling. That's my point. Okay.
Right. So just kind of using the same aspect. So the option that I believe was best for us in the route that we're going to take is being able to pass it on to another investor, and that would assure you whatever the price is.
I like to use, man. I like to use the fact that I'm really good at what I do, Michael. I'm not bragging. I'm just really good at what I do, and because I'm so good at what I do, other investors they want me to help them find properties. So that's kind of where I'm at right now on this particular property. If this was like a really, really good deal, I would definitely try to purchase it myself. I love the house. I just don't think it's the right one for me, but I know investors that it's right for.
All right. Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Yep. Herbert, what's up, man?
All right. I have an issue with I keep running into this problem where people want, let's say they want 144 for the house, but according to my numbers, I have to offer them something drastically low. How do you get through those hurdles and obstacles, knowing that if I offer them 75, that's what, you know, my maximum allowed offer, and they want 144? What do you do?
Are you trying at all? Or if they're just saying one, you know, they need to be at 75 and they say 144. Are you trying to get them lower at all?
Yeah. So I submit my offer. You know, I build a rapport, I submit my offer, but I already know that it's gonna be, you know, way below what they're asking for. So, I mean, isn't it true that you're not supposed to pay market value for the property, even if it's off market?
You're not supposed to pay market value. So
right.
If it's close, I'll give you two different things. That 144 property, I wanted to get it at 132.5, right? Knowing that I could probably go at 140 and be good. The problem is that she's negative. She's already negative on it, right? So she went for 144. We sent out a contract for 144. Now, if it's close at that 144, I know that just human nature, right? Once they sign a contract for 144, that money's already spent. They've already spent that money, right? Mentally, right?
Right.
So what I'll do, 144. But if I really need to be at 140 to make the deal work, let's say there's a very small spread, maybe I can get it moved at 145, right? And I need her to be at 140 so I can make $5,000, make it worth my time, right? I'll go ahead and sign it for 144. Say after right around the due diligence period, I say, listen, you know, I got a buyer. Like, this buyer's ready to go, but this price, we really need to be at 140. Like, the buyer's ready to go. We can close in the next 7 days. We're already at the closing journey. But we need to be at 140. Like, there's no other way that we can do it if we don't. Unfortunately, this buyer is ready to walk away. Okay, so that's one way if it's close. Now, if it's like you absolutely need to be at 75 and they need to be at 144. Hey, Herbert, I like the property, like I told you before, but at 144, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense as an investor. Maybe someone who's going to want to buy it and live in the property and not worry about a return. But with the amount of repairs, it's $55,000 worth of repairs. Once we put that much into it, the property is only at 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can understand that, right, Herbert? There's no profit from a businessman. There's no profit to be made there.
Right.
I really need to be closer to that $75,000 mark, and then paying all the closing costs, paying the real estate agent fee on the back end, sinking $55,000 into it to rehab it. I really need to be closer to that 75. So unfortunately, I'd love to help you, but I'm probably not the right investor for you. But I'd be willing to maybe pass you on to a real estate agent, a buddy of mine. Maybe they can help you. Maybe I can put you in contact. I have a contact at Sherman Bridges. They can give you a hard money. It's going to be about 14-15%, but maybe they can help you out with that as well. But I don't think I'm the right investor to buy this house for you.
Okay. Now this is where that sounds good, but then if you go into them, they're like, well, wasn't looking for you anyway. So it's like,
but hey, guess what? Guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to look at this phone and they're going to push the red button and they're going to hang up on me and I'm going to move on to the next property.
Okay.
Right? Because the numbers are the numbers, right? If I need to be at 75 and they're at 144 and we can't talk them down to closer to that 75, I'm not going to buy their problem.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Of course.
They're the ones with the problem. They're the ones with the vacant house that look ugly. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we just got to keep it moving.
All right. Dope.
Perfect, man. We can't buy everything, right? All right. Man, I'm getting blown up here. I just had a seller call me. Anybody else? Real quick, anybody else? Because it's getting cold. Nope.
Yeah, I got a question, bro.
Terry, I got you too. Who said that? Because I don't. Dexter, is that you?
Dexter.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey,
so, man. First of all, man, thank you so much, bro, for your patience and being able to work with me on that situation. Finally getting you on the call.
Oh, that's all good, man. Hey, I got a quick question. I hope I'm not changing the subject or going off in another direction, but I know we had the We Live event that just took place, and I was trying my best to get out there. I'm in the military as well. I'm also a defense contractor, so I had some scheduling conflicts. So I was wondering if you could share us share with us just like some strategies or maybe some ideas that you took away from the We Live event that'll help us out as new investors?
Oh man. So the biggest thing, everybody, and that's a really good question. Everybody wants to know what the secrets are. And the biggest takeaway, the number one biggest takeaway that I took from that event was just to do more of it. Like I promise you, like they have some high level strategies that probably don't apply unless you have, you know, a marketing budget of $5,000 to $10,000 a month, right? You got a marketing budget like that, then there's some things to employ. There's some cool toys out there. Actually, some of them are going to be on the call. We're working out something now where they can come out here and get on the call and show you some of these other toys. But, you know, one of them that I know of is just like $3,000 just to get the software, right? Let alone the monthly stuff, the maintenance stuff. The main thing that I took away, I won't forget it, my cousins that came on a little while ago, the Polites, they have a deal finder, one deal finder that one deal finder that is that's uploading 250 new properties every single week. That's 1,000 new properties every single month, right? So when they're saying that they're doing all these deals through this deal machine app, that's just one person. That's one deal finder. They're uploading like 4,000 new properties every single month. So the main thing I took away was to hustle more and do more. You guys are already doing what you're doing. I think, and if you've been in the military, you guys, you can kind of like co-sign on this, right? When you're out of boot camp, when you're training for boot camp, you're working hard, you're going to the gym, you're running, and you think that you're working, right? But then you get to boot camp and you have someone else there that's pushing you, right? And that's driving you, and you realize, wow, I'm capable of so much more. And so one of the main takeaways that I took from that is that I am really capable of doing more than what I am. I say that I'm working, and yeah, I'm tired, and there's some hours I'm putting in, but I'm not working at that level. So that was one. The second one that I think will probably help you out a little bit more, it'll help you out a lot more when I can get James on the call and explain it, but there is a company called Sherpa. And I have to tell you right off the back, I have not used them yet. But I can almost promise you I will be, because of the service they provide. And so what they do is this guy he's out of Denver. I think he does $2 million, $1 to $2 million in wholesaling a year. Okay. So he does pretty good, doggone good. And his main thing is he uses text messaging. I use text messaging for sending out deals, but he uses text messaging to find sellers. Okay. So he's uploading, it's his company. He's created this software where you can upload your list. They'll skip it for you, and they'll send out text message blast. You write out the message one time, and they will input the person's first name and the property address that they're talking about within your text message. So if Jeteria has a property on 123 Main Street, it'll say, "Hi, Jeteria. My name is Tommy, and I'm a local real estate investor. When we noticed your property on 123 Main Street, and we'd really like to reach out to you about giving you a cash offer. Let me know if you have time to talk or time to chat." And that'll be through a text message, right? I think that is revolutionary because I know text messages are read 97% more. You get a text message, even if it's from a number that you don't recognize, you will answer, or you at least look at it, okay? And if you're interested in selling your house, you're going to respond to that. And then from there, you can actually have a conversation with them, texting back and forth, okay? Eventually, you want to move them to a phone call. You never want to do large transactions through text messages or emails. You always want to get to be able to, build rapport on the phone. So it's a very, very good way. So that's one of the things that I did take away. And a lot of the stuff you guys have already gotten, because honestly, I went to We Live 18 and We Live 19, and a lot of the information was the same. So it really wasn't anything different too much because wholesaling really hasn't changed drastically in the last 5 months. So some of the stuff that we've already gone through in this course and you guys have already gotten. All right, cool. Hope that helped you out. Hope you answered something. Probably wasn't, the magic pill that some people might be looking for, but hopefully it gave you some type of insight.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, brother. Jateria, go ahead. I'm gonna take you off mute. There you go.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
Hello.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit better now.
Okay. I found a property. The property has a realtor involved. They owe $230 in mortgage, right? But the property only worth like $299. Okay. So my question is to you: when we do the math for the property, do we add that mortgage? They owe like that mortgage $230.
Yes.
So, okay. So as we add the mortgage, right? If it's not in the 80 or 70%, we can't do anything with it, right?
I can tell you right now that property might work for a whole deal. It might work for a subject too, but it doesn't work for the property's ARV is $239,000 on it, right? Either that property needs to be you can put it right on the market at $239, and the seller would not do anything, maybe $1,000, $2,000, or you have the subject to it.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I understand. All right. So, and another question too as well. So, if it were, say for example, the members actually work for a wholesale deal, would you be able to work with a realtor with wholesaler deals, or no? Is it no because they have their own little broker company they go to, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to. Are you talking about? Well, it's like a crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna try to answer you. I think it's. Yeah, there we go. So I've been trying to find ways to get my properties on the MLS to get sold.
Okay, yeah.
You know what you're talking about? Hello? Yes? No? All right, I'm gonna do my best to try to answer this question. All right. So if you're trying to get it on MLS, I know that there's a way to do it. I just haven't had a broker that has allowed me to do it yet. My broker for my agency won't allow me to do it. But there is a section on the once you list it that says owner on record has not conveyed title as of yet. Okay, that's what it says on there. So that is you can get it on there, but you got to find a broker that will allow you to do it. The other thing is if you're trying to just work with a real estate agent, which you can do if you have a relationship with your buyer can pay whatever they want to pay on top, right? So you would have to have this a section called special stipulations, or you can put it into an addendum where your buyer is paying you your fee, right? And the real estate agent has no say so whether or not the buyer wants to pay you an extra $10,000 or $5,000 or whatever. Okay, but that needs to be in that GAR form, and you have to really already have I wouldn't do this with a relationship with a real estate agent that you haven't done business with before, all right? Because this is something that they could possibly take advantage of you with. So you want to definitely have someone that you can trust if you're going to do that.
So I kind of want to piggyback on that. I have a real estate agent I'm working with right now, and I'm trying to get them to run me not comps, but I'm trying to get them to run me a list that I can use for like mailers or just contacting and cold calling. But they kind of want something on paper saying that I pay them like a percentage of whatever my assignment fee would be. Like, have you ever heard of something like that?
Yeah. Yes. So real estate agents, they want to get paid for their work, right? And if they're providing you a listing, they should get paid something. Mm-hmm. Now, if they're just pulling a list, right? Mm-hmm. Just pulling a list, you can try to set them up underneath like a deal finder, which is about 10%. Normally it's like 10% of whatever the deal closes at. For them, email for them. I think I showed it last Sunday, right? How quickly you just go into FMLS or to the MLS system and pull a list. Literally, is like they're doing very, very minimal work. So for 10% of a deal, then that's a pretty easy thing. If you want to be a little more involved in the business, then what I would suggest for them to do is do like I am. So I have my real estate agent business, and I have my real estate investment business. So as an agent, I can utilize the tools, right, that I have as an agent, and then I can take off that real estate agent hat and put on my real estate investor hat, and now me and Andre can work as two real estate investors. You understand? I give my list to Andre. Andre makes the phone calls, but me and Andre are in business together. If they want to take more active role, as a
I don't know if they're there yet, but probably that deal finder issue. I wasn't on the last call, so I'm not exactly sure what paper you're talking about. Do you have that somewhere that I could download and use?
That's on the Facebook group. On the Facebook group. Yep. It's it'll be the last one, the very last one, because this one probably won't get put up there till sometime tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes.
You mentioned a fee to come down and like come to a person's different state and help them out to get started with certain aspects of things. Is it possible for us to talk about that, or for you to say how much that fee is?
So say that part again. I'm sorry, a truck rolled by.
You said that you would come to somebody's state and help them get started. If for some reason they were having a problem with getting an aspect of the business off the ground.
Correct. Yeah. So
is that something you want to talk about one-on-one?
Yeah, I guess if someone's interested in that, actually the person just called me. I just missed their phone call. They're someone that took, actually, I don't know if they're on the phone here. Is Pat on here? They just got a deal locked up today. I don't see it. They must not be. Yeah, that's something. If you guys are interested in that, I don't like to talk about it because the course is not designed for me to upsell you guys, right? That's not what it's about, right? If someone wants extra help, and I appreciate you bringing that up, so don't think I'm going in on you or anything like that, right? I appreciate you bringing it up, but I don't ever want you guys to go like, oh, this is like, Tommy's holding back. This is the $47 course is, he's trying to upsell us to do something else. That's never the case. But if someone wants extra help, there's ways that we can go about doing that. I'm actually flying out to LA to help someone set up their business. I just from South Carolina today, and let them set their business up as well. Let me know. We'll put that online. My goal is to become the Keller Williams of real estate, of wholesaling, really. So, and the way that I'm doing that, I'm only working with people that have come through E2E. The people that have come through E2E, I know that their number. I know that their number. I just read someone's message there. I know that they know what they're talking about, and that we're gonna have kind of like a standardized way of doing things, and it's just gonna be a lot easier to do that. And then we'll come out there, we'll set everything up, get you going, find buyers for yourself, find leads, get those leads into your pipeline, and then we'll start marketing in that area, and then you guys can take it from there, and then we'll talk about how we split that up when we're doing the marketing for you. But if you're interested in that, you can just reach out to me and we'll go from there. Someone asked my phone number. If you guys want, I'll just put it in here. Listen, don't be blowing me up, all right? So I will, if you're interested in it, you can hit me up, send me a text. I'm typing it in right now. But use this just for that. Do not, if you guys have questions, it's getting crazy. I'd love to be able to do this, and I used to be able to do it when we had a little bit smaller group. But I get direct messages, emails, Facebook messages, people who have my phone number, text messages, phone calls, all the time. So I have to draw the line at some point. So if you guys, if you're interested in that, let me know. I'm definitely will reach out to and we'll schedule a time. But don't think, first of all, make sure you guys understand that you can do this off this $47 course. You don't need me, right? Like everybody in here, I guarantee you is smarter than I am, all right? It's just whether or not you're going to outwork me or not, right? So you can do this thing, man. But if you feel like you absolutely need help, let me know. Like this is literally the guy calling right now, right? So, but
hey, Tommy, what's your number? I'm on the phone, so I can't see it in the chat.
It's 305 316. Hey Pat, I'm still on the phone call, man. Can I call you right back? 8762. All right.
So 305-316-8762.
Correct.
All right, cool.
All right. So let me go, because when you start getting cold and the snot start coming out your nose, that's not a good look. I don't want y'all seeing all that. It's getting cold out here. Y'all have a blessed one, man. Hope you guys learned something tonight. Practice that with your family. Go through that and just go through that exercise. Don't do this today and then not do it ever again. All right. It's something that you have to practice. The more you practice, you'll be better at it. It'll become easier and easier. All right. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a blessed one. Love you guys. Peace. Thanks. I wish so too, Ramona. I need that electric plank.